Hello, Christmas, anti-Christmas lighting enthusiasts. This is Scott here. I'm a pretty big-time collector of anti-Christmas lighting, and it's kind of come to my attention that a lot of people may not know how to dim their lights properly, or even in a inexpensive manner. One thing I would like to show right here is this is kind of what is available to us collectors as far as dimming goes. It's like an inline dimmer switch where you have a slide pot. You plug your bubble light tree or whatever antique lighting item into here, plug this into the wall, and this controls it. These happen to cost almost $15 to $17 each. And they only will dim up to 150 watts, which I don't know about you Christmas lighting people, but that's not even enough to dim my nightlight. So I like to make dimmer boxes that look kind of like this right here. This is it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. And this right here will dim up to 600 watts because I'm using a household dimmer switch. The items that you will need in order to do this are a blue, electrical box like you would install into a wall or a rafter if you were building a room. You'll need a white extension cord or any color extension cord, doesn't really matter. You will need a dimmer switch. I prefer to buy the cheaper dimmer switches, the cheapest ones they have. They make them with slide pots on them, but those are like $15. This right here is like $6 to $7 to $8 right here. Okay, the box cost about $2. Then you'll need a receptacle. The receptacles cost about 68 cents each. The extension cord here cost $1.97, I believe, today at Ace Hardware, and all that together doesn't even equal the cost of that right there of the slide pot that you can buy already done. These, of course, will dim up to 600 watts. So let's get started and show you guys how to make one of these. Hopefully you'll catch it and be able to do it really fast. You start with your extension cord right here, okay, and I've already cut the end of it off, as you can see right here, just to sort of help speed up time. I've left a little length on it, and the reason I've done that is because while you're buying all your electrical goods, you can buy some of these, which you can then stick this in, clamp it in, and boom, you now have a 3-plug extender, which you can actually plug right into your dimmer box when you're done. It gives you 3 more plugs. Again, Christmas lighting enthusiasts know how hard it is to come up with enough plugs to plug all their items in. So I keep this, I save it, and later on I will apply one of these on there. Okay, so for right now, I've now cut off the cord. I still have the plug. Then I have the end of my cord. What you want to do is take the back of the box, and you'll see these slots here where you can push a wire in. Go ahead and just sort of push it until it snaps. I've already pushed this one, so it's already been snapped. And then what you want to do is force this into it, the plug into it. You may have to hold this down to get it in, because they really don't like to be done. In fact, let me get a screwdriver and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I used a screwdriver to push that tab down a little bit further so that I could get the cord in. As you can see, I'm feeding it into the bottom of the box. Once you get enough of it in, you can pull it through and get a little bit of length on it, okay? And then what you want to do is tie a knot on it, so that way if the cord gets pulled, it'll get pulled up to the knot and it won't be pulling on your electrical work that you've just done. So just tie a knot like that right there. And then what you could do is you could hold that tab in and pull it back to the knot. And now you see the knot is stationary and it's not going anywhere. The next thing you're going to do is, I always just take a knife or something and split your wire like this right here. Let me see if I could get this to split. Here, I'll do it like this. and split the wire. Okay, so you have a positive and a negative wire essentially. The next thing you're going to do is strip those wires. You can use wire strippers if you want. Unfortunately, I believe in using whatever's in the kitchen. So I'm using just a plain old box cutter, and that works good enough for me. I'm happy with it. And let's see, we'll get this one stripped like that. Let's see what I could do here. Really, there we go. Okay. The first thing you're going to do after you've gotten that prepared is you're going to go ahead and automatically wire it to the dimmer switch. Now, this is where everybody gets scared. This is nothing, so don't worry about the green wire. The green wire is essentially a negative or a ground wire, which actually controls this hole here on the sockets. But since no antique Christmas lighting items are a 3-prong plug, you don't have to worry about it, okay? You don't have to worry about it being grounded, because if it's going to short, it's just going to short. The only thing it'll do is blow a breaker in your breaker box. So as you can see, these wonderful dimmer switches come with wire that's already pre-cut for you and stripped and ready to go. You can twist those wires up like that. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of those black wires, okay, and just twist it like that. Okay, and twist it together with the wire from the wire you put in through the box. These wonderful dimmer switches also come with wire caps, and then all you do is make sure that you twist that wire cap on good and tight, okay? You may have to twist it for a while until it pretty much stops twisting. And when you get done and you feel like it's really can't go any further, then you can yank on it and you'll see that it's not coming off, okay? All right, the next thing you want to do, it's real easy, folks. You take the second black wire and attach it to one of the screws on the side of your receptacle, like that. I like to use a screw gun because it's a lot faster, and you can, you can screw it in super fast, and it's good and tight. Now you've got 1/2 of your socket wired. The next thing you do is you split this wire a little bit further apart like this, okay? And then you've got a black wire on one side. The white wire goes on the other side, okay, folks? So you just put it on the other side. You don't put a white wire and a black wire on the same side. You put a white wire on one side and the black wire on the other side, okay, because you don't want to short your house out. And again, I'm going to screw this in like that till it's good and snug. Wires are on tight, everything's good to go. And the only thing left to really do at this point is to screw these into the box. And that's again why I like to use a screw gun. And you just position them into the holes. Don't overdo it, just give it a nice good snug. Unfortunately this one didn't quite make it there. Okay, like that. Okay. And a quick snug, like that. Your dimmer switch comes with the screws, so don't throw them away when you open up the packaging. And then you put the screw into the hole like that, real simple, and screw it in. Like that. And like that. Okay. And you are now ready to do some light dimming. Let me take a break here for a second and I'll find something to plug into it. Okay, and now we're back. This is the last little part of the video. As you can see, I have this beautiful matchless star here, which of course we always want to save the light bulb to. So I've got that plugged into a candle. I believe you have to push button these and then turn them on slowly. Hold on, it's already on. And there you go. It doesn't work. Hold on 1 second. And we're back again. It would help if you plug the dimmer switch into the wall for a little bit of power, okay? So now I've done that, and like I said, you just push button, and there you go. You have a dimmer that will now dim up to 600 watts, okay? And it'll handle a lot. Now, just a few little hints about these things that will also help you out. For starters, sometimes you don't know how many watts you're burning. So always, the reason I don't like to put like a panel across the front of this, like you would have on a wall, is so that I can feel the front of this dimmer. By nature, a dimmer always gets warm when it's working, when it's doing its work. So by nature, they're always warm. But the good thing about having this exposed is, should you feel it getting hot, you want to unplug some stuff from it. You want to take some voltage off of it. So you may want to unplug a thing or two and then go back and feel it again later. And warm is okay, but hot is not good. Eventually you will burn out that dimmer by overburning it. Another little trick I've learned, and these are godsend lifesavers for those of us who collect antique Christmas lighting. This is a 9 socket extension cord. It's got 3 here, and then 3 feet of cord, and another 3 socket, and another 3 socket. These are the best things to plug into your dimmer box. And then you can plug your antique lights into them. And the reason I say that is because this plug right here, as you see, I don't know if I can open it right away for you for the video. There it is. Has a fuse in it. So should one of your antique lighting items decide that it wants to blow out or cross wires, okay, you can get into the plug and change the fuse. The good thing is that what it does is it blows the fuse out, but not the dimmer. I've had quite a few blowouts and ruined so many $7 dimmers. This right here is a lifesaver. This is a $7 extension cord. If you get them from Walmart after Christmas, they might be about $3.50. They are a godsend. They also have an off-on switch on them as well, and they're just wonderful. And again, it will keep you from blowing out dimmer switches. I hope that has shown everybody how to make a dimmer. I'm not a very good filmer person, so I hope that you've all learned something today. Bye-bye.